Today's tropical weather update is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.
Well, thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. I'm meteorologist Leonard Josiah with a usual look at your tropical weather update. Yeah, we are saying that it's on the down low for right now. Things are getting a little bit more quiet, and that's really great news. Take a look at the National Hurricane Center's homepage. There is Fernand, but I'm very sure that Fernand is going to be dropping off of this chart very soon. And in the context of where the Gulf of Mexico is and the Caribbean Sea, nothing much for us to talk about right there. And we're taking a look at the area from the Leeward Islands all the way out to Africa, the main development area void of any significant tropical cyclone activity for this morning. That's certainly great news across our island chain, because we are saying that the last couple of weeks we were rather active. But again, maybe this is the right time for me to introduce this other graphic to you. This other graphic says that the month of September, that wheresoever things may want to form, will possibly form where they want to form. And you're looking at from the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea, all the way out to the coast of Africa, even to the southwestern Atlantic. All these areas are now in play as we look forward to the month of September. We are not looking for any storms, but here is the reason why we are keeping your focus, because we want to make sure that you're prepared and the information is passed to you so that you can make the right decision, just to make sure that your life and your property are spared. So again, take a look at this particular graphic. This graphic says the month of September, things ramp up, things get really active, and all the areas in the Atlantic Oceans are now in play, from the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean Sea. We're taking right out to the coast of Africa. All these areas here, we're going to be keeping an eye on the main development area. But for today, it's rather quiet. That certainly is grand news. Take a look at your satellite imagery. We are in the Leeward Islands, the British Virgin Islands. We're right here, Puerto Rico, Hispaniola. We're looking right down south to Windward Islands, Barbados, and Trinidad and Tobago. We're looking at the Caribbean Sea. See these areas here? Yeah, we're seeing some spotty clouds. Yeah, yesterday we spoke about an area of disturbed weather, a tropical wave that has really succumbed to the dryness of the atmosphere right there. Yeah, take a look at this front. No, this is a good signal right there, but right out to the northern Atlantic Ocean, nothing much for us to talk about. We're taking a look at this tropical wave. I'm going to be speaking a little bit more about this in a minute or two. This other tropical wave right here, we are noticing some clouds coming off the coast of Africa associated with another tropical wave. All these areas right here, void of significant cloud. The atmosphere is rather dry. Take a look at our visible Saturday, nighttime, daytime. Take a look at the dustiness right around this wave right here. And already you could see the stability of the atmosphere is returning to the main development area, capping the atmosphere. And cloudiness associated with these tropical waves are not allowed to grow. And the stability is keeping the Atlantic Ocean, or the main development area, in check. We are looking at this other tropical wave right here that is forecast to come off the coast of Africa. None of these waves are showing any signs of development, and the National Hurricane Center says in the next 7 days they are not expected to develop at all, again because of the dryness of the atmosphere. Some patchy cloudiness in the intertropical convergence zone. Closer to home, however, the haze is not as potent as behind here. You're seeing some brownness right here, and already you can see the clarity of the atmosphere around us is rather good. So the visibility is on the outside. We're not seeing any aerosols. We're not seeing any dusty conditions. The atmosphere is a little bit more clear across the western half of the region, at least for today. Take a look at this tropical wave right here. This tropical wave is just towards the east of the island chain. The models are saying that in the next 24 hours, that some moisture associated with it will move move on by. This is certainly good news. We're not even talking about tropical cyclone formation. Keep those at bay. We don't want any tropical cyclones at all. However, we're going to be saying good news for at least the tropical waves, because the tropical waves would bring an increase in rainfall potential. And if you were in the Leeward Islands and islands further towards the south, you have been reporting that the heat has been sweltering hot around this particular area. And if we were supposed to talk about the heat index, when we add the humidity into it and the moisture content of the atmosphere, it really felt a lot of heat across the island chain, particularly during the past weekend, and the heat continues. So I want you to make sure that you remain hydrated if you're on the outside. But the dryness of the atmosphere continues to be rife across the whole area. The dryness continues to stifle the formation of these particular tropical waves. And these tropical waves in the month of September normally bring the good news of much needed rainfall. Not tropical cyclone, but much needed rainfall. But for right now, at least for us in Antigua and Barbuda, take a look at this next shot I'm going to be showing you. We are actually talking about a drought potential, meaning that we're looking at on our scale right now. No concern, drought watch, drought warning, drought emergency. Tell me, where do you think that we sit here in Antigua and Barbuda? Well, we are actually saying that there is an evolving drought. It's actually a warning in the next couple of months. Actually, June and July suggested that we had a rainfall deficit across our area, and looking forward to the month of August, so far hardly any rainfall for us to talk about in the context of where we ought to have been. So in the context of drought potential, we are saying that a moderate or worse drought is now evolving. That's why we are talking so much about the tropical waves. That's why we are talking so much about the much needed rainfall. And not only in Antigua, and if Antigua is any example for those of you who are living in the British Virgin Islands, islands further towards the south, you know something? Send me a hit, send me a response in our pages. Tell me whether or not the heat is on in your general location, or you're getting significant rainfall. Because if for us here in Antigua and Barbuda in the Leeward Islands, I'm sure that you too will be experiencing a rainfall deficit. For us again in Antigua, we're talking about the moderate to worse drought is now evolving, and this is something that I would want for you to keep in mind. That to conserve on your water, and particularly those on the outside who are susceptible to the heat, make sure that you remain hydrated. Remember to send those pics to us if the weather is any importance to you. Your eyes are our eyes. We want to engage with you. Send them to abmsiwatch at gmail.com. Again, send those pictures and videos to abmsiwatch at gmail.com. We always say here that we are your friends. You can find us on X, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram. We are your friends, the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Services. If you are in Antigua, wherever you are, log on to our website, that's antiguamet.com, and remember to continue to monitor and stay ready. The weather will always change, but you can keep on weathering your weather. In spite of the weather, whether you like it or not, we got to respond to the weather. I'm Leonard Josiah, wishing you a safe and a productive Wednesday.
Today's tropical weather update has been brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited. Live in a better state of mind.